Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay. How about I turn... Wait.
Hello! Hello!
Whoa! Hi,
there you
guys. There we are.
I don't like this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
This board stinks. Ugh.
Start that one over.
Nope. Nope. That's the way it happened. That's the way it went down. We're going to live with that.
Just
Hello! You know, screaming louder doesn't make it any better. You know, if your
I thought
mic's
that's what
off.
fixed it. No.
No, you know, I know you think that, but you need to learn more about electronics and wiring and
yeah,
stuff.
it was that button over there you pushed at the same time.
There was literally nothing you could do outside of grabbing my microphone, which was on. That would have worked. Isis, are you on?
Hello?
There you are. Yeah. Well, I thought I had a shitty day going yesterday, and now this. It's getting worse and worse.
Don't let this get you down, Mike.
I know. I have to take a flight in the morning. This is not what I needed. Yesterday, dude, I
The
could've...
microphone not turning on.
Boy,
Yeah, I
he's
didn't need
really
this.
on the edge.
I
isn't
didn't
he?
need
Go
this.
back to Babu again
Well,
here for a second.
He's more on the edge than we thought.
Well,
Shit.
after what happened to me yesterday afternoon, boys, you would understand. I was going to have a little snack.
Old man pussy.
I
Old
don't,
man
will
pussy
we understand
lazy.
or will we not?
Oh, no, you guys will definitely understand.
Okay.
You guys will feel sorry for me. I mean,
Okay.
this dominated my afternoon, I'll be honest, because I went and had a little snack after the show. Remember that?
Where'd
Twin
you go?
Peaks, upstairs.
Oh.
In the kitchen.
you
Here in the
left.
house. No, God, no. No. You know, they brought over those wraps, the chicken wraps, and they had some fish ones, the fish tacos. And
Tacos, yeah. Wraps.
Well, I didn't know what to call the buffalo chicken one because
Oh,
it was
okay.
like a wrap, but like whatever.
Gotcha.
Okay.
But that one, there was one left, and I was like, I'm gonna heat that up, and I'm gonna eat that. And so, but I was like, you know what? When I heat this, it's gonna dry out. The buffalo sauce on there. Thank God, I have some Frank's buffalo sauce, not Red Hot sauce, but buffalo sauce. And I've got one of those big jars. I love that stuff. It's so good. And so I pull it out of the fridge and, blah, blah, blah. And then I start heating the chicken and I start heating the little tortilla thing. And
Boy,
everything's
this is
coming along.
potentially disastrous,
I know.
isn't it? E?
Where is this
I mean,
going?
Well,
wow.
I know. Well,
This is about to
I
ruin
could
his
stop.
day. No,
I
go
could
ahead.
stop.
I want to hear it.
No, I mean, I feel like you guys don't want to hear this.
I wanna
You're
hear it
making
because
fun of me now? And
I want to hear it because I need to know now what it's so
How it
disastrous.
ruined
went.
the day.
Yeah. So I go and I get my stuff and it's all right here. And I grab my bottle. I'm just gonna put some sauce on it, but you got to do a little shaky shake first. And I just go to shake it. I'd already twisted the top of the thing off, and I threw Frank's buffalo sauce all over the dude. It fucking destroyed my shirt, my jeans, my shoes. It hit the fridge, the wall by the oven, all over the floor, the sink, all over the counter. The fucking the what do they call them? The cabinets, all over the cabinets, all over the wall by the sink. Dude, I've never seen such a fucking mess in my life. It was like a murder scene. 2 shaky
I was
shakes.
going to say, are you sure it was only 2 shaky shakes?
It might have been 3.
Yeah.
It was no more than that, though. But they were pretty violent. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to get a nice heavy duty whap
Yeah.
shaking, and it was just like the brain or whatever wasn't able
Takes
to.
a moment, to lock in.
Yeah.
What is happening?
What is happening as I'm doing a fucking dance with this bottle, and I was just like, oh, I was devastated because now I got to clean it up.
I'll
And-
say, go ahead.
Well, go ahead, E. No.
I mean, in a sense, I had not close to the same situation, but I mean, I had the same type of
But it was
annoyance.
with his dick.
No, well, the same type of annoyance happened to me. Where I will say it's one of the most annoying things that can happen to you. Like you get home from somewhere, you're just trying to make a little food, and I did the same thing yesterday. I had some potato salad on top of something. I went to open the refrigerator, spilled it. I gave a fuck. God damn it.
Yeah.
But
did it land and splash everywhere?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But on the same hand, I mean.
See, that's worse than what I usually experience, where I'm getting a hankering for something. I'm like, oh, I know what's in there. That Thai food from the day before.
No, it's not.
I own 2 teenage boys.
Yeah.
You go in there and you
Yeah.
get your mouth all ready for it, your palate's all ready to go, and
Yeah.
where the hell did it go?
Don't you do the do not touch
Yeah, oh,
dad's
of
note on it?
course.
They
Yes.
ignore that?
Yeah.
Those commands? Like, I ignored my dad's. Remember, he used to hide the Coke in his bedroom. Remember those stories? The Twizzlers and the Coke cans. They'd be, like, fucking in random spots all over his room. One of them, I think he locked one of them. He had a lock on his desk, like his dresser.
Mm-hmm.
I think he locked Coca-Colas in there to keep
No,
us out.
I recently found out that Gab and Sweet Pie have been hiding shit.
Really?
Yeah.
So the secret's in the house. It's not good.
I know.
It's
It
not good. What are
starts
they-
with a cookie or something.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Leads to
it's
whatever.
a gateway. It's a gateway thievery.
Absolutely.
So once they get comfortable with, okay, this is our little secret from Dad, turns into a little bit bigger, and then it's like, hey, man, now you got blackmail on each other.
I know.
Fuck you, man. We haven't told them about the licorice in years. You want me to out that? Well, good. Then don't tell them I'm pregnant.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. But dude, it was like, it's one of those, and in that I know where you're at, where it's like, oh, that Thai food's gonna be delicious, and then it's
Yeah,
not,
man.
and it's heartbreaking because in your head you've played it out that I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna warm it up, sit down.
You're picturing the
take
whole thing.
The whole thing is right there, and mine.
You're hearkening back to the day before. You can taste it in your mouth. You're like, yes,
Oh,
I'm
it's
glad.
so
I'm glad I saved that little bit. I was going to have
Yeah.
that other plate of it, but I'm glad I saved it.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. And then with mine, it was like, oh, I'm just gonna heat this up. It's already on the plate, and I'm just gonna go in the other room. I'm gonna sit down, take a load off, enjoy my little snacky snack, and then we'll get back to the day.
Instead, you're showering and
I'm
doing
dude,
laundry.
It was a murder scene. I don't know how else to say it. It was a fucking murder scene, and it stinks, and it's sticky. Dude, the remote's up there, the stapler and the remote,
Covered.
bathing in fucking hot sauce.
It was not too shaky shakes.
Dude, I mean, my brain eventually went, no, stop. So I want to say it was 2 or 3 just quick, but it the way it does it, it's like the only time I'm ever going to spill ranch or ketchup or anything, it's like, oh, I got this new shirt I wanted to wear, and it's white. So let's just be careful, and that's the one I'm going to absolutely spill ketchup on, or mustard.
Right.
And this thing, when it launched out of the bottle, hit the new remote so flush. I mean, it covered the remote, and it's like I'm trying to wipe it off, and now I'm changing channels, and the volume's going up and everything. And if you go upstairs and look at it, it now looks like oh, that's a different style of remote. The way it's got that orange around every
Gross.
number, letter, and volume. I don't know
You
what
go
to do
up there
about
and
it.
lick that out of there, will you?
I don't like.
On the break.
No, I don't want him to lick the remote.
It'd be the most effective because you don't want to put it under a faucet.
I know.
You got to
I-
get some fluid in there to
I'm assuming Q-tips come into play at this point.
or ease his tongue.
What I needed to do was take the batteries out of it so that I could really get it in there and mash it and do my thing, without it changing all the channels. But yeah, so that's why I'm on edge today. If you must know, I'm still recovering from that yesterday.
I'm glad, I'm actually glad that I lose my wallet and stuff all the time like that. Because,
Oh, you are?
No, because when I think about those stories, those are real stories that involve me doing hours of driving, calling things. Because there's honestly so many little things happen to me on a daily basis.
Just
that they
water
don't-
off a duck's
They don't
back.
affect me at all.
Yeah.
Because it's just
Dude,
you lose your wallet with $300 in it, on the Chicago train, and you lose your credit card at Greektown.
That's a
and
real problem.
no, it's not that it's a real problem.
Yeah,
it's just
well-
it's way
No, it is.
more
That's
annoying.
a big problem.
Are you dismissing what happened to me
I
yesterday?
think he
A
is.
little. I mean,
Jesus Christ, Jesus. I wanted to be on the couch with a nice snacky snack, and it took me an extra 5 minutes. I would clean that shit for 5 full minutes.
I think it's
a
sucks,
nightmare.
and it literally not the exact same mess, but I mean, almost the same story happened to me yesterday. It took me 3 extra minutes to make my snack, but I guess it just
Way to make this about you, okay?
it's a perfect
not
example.
to mention, Jay, now I'm a little bit low on buffalo sauce. That's not to be discarded as nothing either. Stuff's not cheap. I'm not made of money.
So sorry that happened to you.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
he's got a
that.
flight in the morning too. So.
Exactly.
How is this all going to work?
And the shirt I wanted to wear there, my new Marin County T-shirt that someone sent me, I was going to wear that. Now it's got fucking orange shit all over it. And
Oh man, you're going to wear that to LA?
yeah.
It's sweet. Hey, everybody, get a 2-pack of My Pillows Premiums for $69.98. It's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. That's true, man. Usually you see those things advertised, and they're way higher than that, like $99. They're $69.98 now.
Whoa.
This offer is only available at MyPillow.com. Use promo code TDC.
Don't tell the guys they're gonna have to take a rain check.
He's from
Gotta cancel on them tomorrow.
he's talking to you, and you hear him from his office yelling.
That's so funny. And you know what the cool thing about those My Pillows is too? The little secret we learned.
They're machine washable.
Well, we know that.
They're filled with patented fill.
I know that as well. No, they're a little bit different quality-wise than the ones you'll get at like Bed Bath and
Oh,
Beyond.
that is the thing. No, you.
They're like double stitched or something.
You're right.
The hemming so if you order them through us at that discounted rate, They're just a little bit different.
You're right, dude. Honestly, though, when I see people posting like, "Oh, I got one," and I was like, "Oh, they saw him getting it at Walmart," I'll be like, "That's great," but that's not really a My Pillow. It's not the good My Pillow.
No, not the best My Pillow.
Not the best
You
My
can do
Pillow. Not the
better.
one I'm sleeping with.
It's fine. It's a My Pillow. It is. It's just not as good as the one you're going to get if you order through us. Okay?
Right.
And ours is cheaper too.
Very
Sounds
true.
like right now. John Walker Lind.
Yeah.
Big fan, Jay. Big fan of the.
Not a fan.
I'm not a fan either. Does everyone know who John Walker Lind is? I'm assuming
The
they
American
don't.
Taliban guy.
Yeah, American Taliban. Remember those pictures when he was first picked up?
All turbaned up, proper.
Well, he was just filthy. He looked like he'd been swimming in mud. His
He
whole face
yeah. He was
Yeah.
living in an Afghani cave, I believe.
Yeah. That
Pakistani
sounds
cave,
fun.
one of the two.
Yeah. Nice at 16 years old, you decide to fucking convert to Islam. Next thing you know, you're living in a fucking rat cave on the other side of the planet. Nice job, dick face. So anyways, he was captured during the invasion of Afghanistan in 2001.
Imagine how weird that was, right? Where the troops are collecting all these captives. And,
Yeah.
You know, and this guy just speaks up in American dialect. Oh, wait, what?
What?
You're an American? You're from Minnesota or
He's from
whatever?
California, yeah.
Yes. My name's John Walker Lind. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, man?
Yeah, it's crazy. And so they just throw him in a hole with the rest of them,
Sure.
wherever they captured him. And that led to the first casualty of war for the United States. They had that uprising. I don't know if it was like, they won't let us wash our feet 4 times a day, or they won't,
Yeah, that's
we
right.
can't pray together. Whatever the shit was that they were all bitching about, they start kind of an uprising, and it turns into a melee, and a CIA officer, Johnny Spann, was killed in that. So tomorrow, that captive John Walker Lind is scheduled to leave federal prison.
All right, wow.
Terre Haute, Indiana.
Back into general population.
Yeah, and good for him. He was released on probation after 17 years served of a 20-year sentence. So we cut him loose a few years early. Why not?
God, was that 17 years ago?
Yes, dude.
Oh,
2001.
my Lord.
I know, right? So he converts from Catholicism at the age of 16 to Islam, and then he leaves California at 17 to study Arabic in Yemen. This kid needs a fucking hobby,
I know.
man.
Did he see other?
17 years old. What do you want to do this summer? I'm going to Yemen to study Arabic.
Quite an adventure.
Fuck.
Guess so.
His journey took him to Pakistan in 2000, later to Afghanistan, where he spent time with Al Qaeda training at a training camp as a volunteer. You're doing an internship at the Al Qaeda fucking camp.
Getting coffee.
Does this kid play soccer or anything? Yeah, he's just getting coffee for fucking.
Doing copies.
Pakistan is lovely that time of year, though.
I've heard that. Yes, the government has characterized his time in holding. Right, he's been in Terre Haute and max security. He's really held on to his extremist views,
Perfect.
which is great to hear. His release has now brought objections from Mr. Spann's family and elected officials, and raised questions about how to safely reintegrate into society. So a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
An extremist former jihadist. So Lind, his parents, lawyers, prosecutors all declined to discuss where he'll live or his other plans after prison. He's described as studious, standoffish prisoner. So he joined, and he was part of that ACL, the American Civil Liberties Union, the ACLU. They had that lawsuit because these guys were all bummed because they couldn't pray in groups.
Mm-hmm.
The Arabs that were in this max hold at Terre Haute, so the ACLU goes in there and wins. So they're allowed. Why does that matter? Why is it important to take them and let them pray in groups?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that practice, so I don't know why that's important.
Yeah, I mean, I could see if it's like, face Mecca or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm in 4 fucking concrete walls. I don't know where I am. Can you point me to Mecca?
Right.
It's like, yeah, you could just put a little dot on the wall. Like, Mecca's that way, fuckface.
Do me a solid and point me toward Mecca.
I'd point him the opposite way. Sorry. So, yeah, in 2002, when he's on trial, he condemns terrorism on every level, basically, unequivocally. He said he made a mistake, and what 16, 17-year-old has not made a mistake, Jay? We've all done that. But his mistake was joining the Taliban. He denounced Osama bin Laden's terrorist attacks as completely against Islam. But then there's been a couple of U.S. government intelligence counter-terrorist assessments that have leaked out. And they say that's not quite what he says. 2017, this one titled Homegrown Violent Extremist Recidivism Likely. And they said, as of May 2016, Mr. Lind continued to advocate for global jihad and to write and translate violent extremist texts.
That was 2008.
16
okay.
and 17.
Well, a lot can happen in a couple of years.
I
Ready?
suppose.
Sure.
Sure.
From all I'm hearing inside of the government, he's still as radical as when he went in. Seamus Hughes said that.
Seamus, man.
I liked it. S-E-A-C.
It's Seamus.
It's not Seamus.
Every
Shame
time-
on you. If it was S-H-A-M-U-S, I'd be with you. But it's Seamus. Seamus Hughes.
Seamus.
Fine. We'll go with your dumb way of saying it. Seamus.
It's a great name.
Seamus.
Seamus.
Seamus is even better. Little close to semen. I'll give you that. But
That's all I would think of if someone said my name is Seamus.
Seamus is a great name for a little dog.
Seamus?
Yeah. Little Seamus.
I like Bill better.
Yeah,
or
Dave.
Steve. Dave.
Keith.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Seamus would work though. Has anyone seen Seamus? He's got to eat. It's dinner time, Seamus.
Got two cats, Moses and Seamus.
Steve's better. Kyle. Has anyone seen Kyle? It's Kyle. Time to eat. So, this Seamus, the deputy director of George Washington University's program on extremism. It's a program on extremism. So, 'cause we do have some conditions for his release, right? The judge is not just going to let him wander out there and be like, "Hey guys, what are we doing now?" So he will be barred from going online or owning a web-capable device without prior permission of his probation officer. Fine with that? If he is eventually granted permission to own one, it will be on the condition of continuous monitoring of his online activities, as well as he can only use English in his communications. That's almost, doesn't that sound weird? Almost like, what's wrong with Spanish? You can't speak it. Like, they just don't want him doing fucking terrorism shit, right? Speaking
Yes.
in Arabic. That's the problem.
Correct.
But so they're just like, nah, English only, pal. He will also be barred from traveling internationally and getting a passport, which is good because I guess he got citizenship of Ireland while he was in prison because like his mom's grandfather or something was a citizen. And so other things, he's got mental health counseling and prohibits him from communicating with any known extremists. So your extremist friends are bad for you. You're not allowed to hang out with them anymore. And he can't own, watch, or read material that reflects terroristic views or extremist views. I hope someone's really checking in on this. But then they're like, in many ways, he's like a case study because we've captured all these fucking dudes and
Nobody's come back to the U.S.
no, but nobody knows what do you do when someone's got these views and how do you train them?
Right, it's not technically illegal, I guess, right?
They said we've done nothing to like learn like, okay, how do we fucking rewire someone's head when they've got these extremist views? We have no idea.
So he's just getting. I know you said there's some restrictions, but he's just basically though he's out.
I tried to run a bullet through it. Maybe that'll do it.
You think so?
Maybe.
I think so too. Chip him. Why does no one listen to me? Chip this motherfucker. We want one. Yannick! Boom!
Yep.
Sorry. We warned you.
Head pops off.
Yep. So this guy says the Bureau of Prisons, Justice Department, FBI, court probation offices, they've yet to develop a single strategy for helping former jihadists re-enter society. Because of the vacuum, the best hope for Mr. Lind, and I don't know if I agree with this, is that his probation officer finds a Muslim former federal prisoner, someone who has conservative beliefs but is not radical anymore, to help him navigate society. I'm like, I don't know if I like that idea, like teaming him up with a partner. He's still extreme as balls, and this guy was.
The buddy system?
Yeah. So
Works
I
for the
don't know.
drunks.
Yeah, sort of.
A
Sometimes.
sponsor?
I'm just kidding. I don't think it necessarily does.
It's his non-extreme sponsor. I love it.
So this
Are
woman.
you having terroristic views? Call me up, man.
Yeah.
If you're
Dude, I'm
Start feeling
struggling.
like blowing shit up. Just
Really?
call me. I'll help you through it.
really thinking about building a bomb, man.
Thinking about planting an IED in the dirt somewhere. Fuck, dude, I am. Yeah. Now that you mention
All right,
it.
let's meet up at Starbucks.
Did they give him chips too? Like, it's been 3 years. Here's my I didn't blow anything up chip that I got every 3 years. So this woman wrote a book on his case called Rogue Justice and said, I think the best you can hope for him is that he finds a way to live a quiet life along those lines, doing whatever it is he wants to do, but peacefully.
But the thing was, what he wanted
yeah,
to do
What he
was
wants to do.
That would be
counter.
great. What a great statement.
Yeah.
I think the best we can expect.
Wouldn't that be true? You could say that about anyone.
Anyone.
Like, what a worthless quote.
I know.
I hope for Jay's sake that he finds something he really likes to do and lives out the remainder of his time doing that peacefully.
Right.
In a perfect world.
why the need for the early release? Was anyone like
Yeah, I don't
clamoring
know.
to
I
get
was
this
going to ask you
guy?
that. What's the argument
How early
for
was
it?
it again?
3 years, man.
Huh.
Why does someone like that get only 20 years? I don't know. That's what the CIA officer's father that was killed is like, dude, fucking life, dude. Sorry. And isn't the point of prison like part of it is like to keep society safe from you and what you are, and then hopefully
You're rehabilitated after coming out of this system.
right. I know. It's almost laughable to even say it, but
Yeah,
but
it
the
is
point,
laughable.
But the point is to hopefully you get it. You find Jesus, whatever you do, you learn you get a master's degree in something.
Think of all the shit you could do if you were motivated in there for 17 years. You mentioned he became a citizen of Ireland, for example. All the things you could do
my
via
God, dude.
correspondence.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah,
You could become ordained to be a minister.
Oh,
Right.
I
Write
did read-
letters, write a book, write whatever.
Yeah. All the education you could get,
God.
They did say, and this will put some people at ease a little bit, I think, because they said while he was there, he was studious.
Plus you'd be
and
ripped, righty?
Of course.
you would be ripped if you're a fat prisoner, like if you're doing any serious time.
Yeah.
So they say he devoted his years in prison to becoming a student of Islamic texts.
Perfect.
So
Good signs.
they say he's changed none. He's a master of fucking Islamic texts, and
His resentment has grown.
yeah.
All good signs on leading towards.
I think so, man. I mean,
a lot of good things here to look at.
The prison system has worked. It's flawless, as we know, and let him out early, and let's just let's
See how
roll
it
the
goes.
dice. We're gonna roll the dice on this one, and hope for the best. It's like protecting society, and then going, okay, he's done good. We got usually a panel of people that are like, he's done this. He's proven
Well,
himself.
there had to be
for
those
early
arguments.
release.
There had to be those arguments made.
He learned Islamic texts.
You just read an article that had the counterpoint to whatever the points were in his favor. There had to be.
I didn't hear enough in there. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't hear enough.
I understand that. I'm saying there had to be another side to this.
Why
don't
wouldn't they
just-
tell me that side? Because usually they would go, well, yeah, he,
Really?
huh?
Because articles are jaded most of the time.
No, I know, but you would
They
think in
want you to
something
click
like
on it.
that.
Oh my God, he's dangerous. This dangerous guy is being let out, and his lawyers
you-
should go. He's not fucking dangerous. He did X, Y, and Z. He's ready to go.
I want to know what X, Y, and Z is.
I know.
I do. Why
Maybe-
would they-
But maybe who wrote that article doesn't want us to know.
the New
that
York
because-
Times? You telling me the New York Times would be?
Yes. Oh shit.
Jesus, can you not catch sarcasm, fuckface?
I guess I didn't. Sorry.
Holy shit! New York Times. I've been ragging on the New York Times for 2 years, Jesus. But it's still, I know that one. It's supposed to be a respected one. I would just think in a case like this, like OJ, when it's a big enough name that they would go, he did this. That's why he's up for release, blah blah blah, or whatever. And
Yeah,
then
he
you
did-
get the other side that says, well, he still has radical views and blah blah blah.
He didn't get his
insiders.
PR piece out there in time.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't know who his team is, but they've dropped the ball on this.
Definitely
one. He needs
have.
a whole new media team.
You know who's not dropped the ball? Our friend Kyle Mayer. You have not heard the last from him. Accountant Kyle Mayer, that is. True, tax day, April 15th, is long gone. But if you're a late filer or your business is in need of bookkeeping and accounting, call Kyle. He's a pro. You can trust him. Call Accountant Kyle Mayer today, 248-521-0016.
Did you see the poor House Speaker there at Tennessee having to resign, step down?
I did.
I'll be honest, man. When I first read the issue here at stake, I was like, oh, come on. But then as I read more of the other guy, I'll explain. So House Speaker, his name's Glenn Casada. I'm sure he's a great House Speaker. I mean, as far as House Speakers go, he's
there.
one of the finest, as far as I can tell.
Speaker.
He plans to resign from his leadership post following a vote of no confidence by his Republican caucus. So we don't believe in you, pal. We have no confidence that you can do this anymore. Speak for the House. In a scandal over explicit text messages. Oh, I'm like, okay, all right, you got me.
Yeah,
I'm
all right, here we
listening.
go.
What did he do?
Dick pics.
Is he talking about the wide stance in the airport stall? Is that what we're dealing with here?
He's not.
The move is unprecedented in in Tennessee's modern political era. Last speaker resignation came in 1931.
Holy shit.
When I return to town on June 3rd, I will meet with caucus leadership to determine the best date for me to resign as speaker. And I can help facilitate a smooth transition. So he's taking it. But previously he was like, all right, came up with a plan where you guys can you guys can have
confidence in me,
Get your
and
confidence
we'll be
back."
good.
Yeah. He spelled out an action plan designed to reassure fellow
How many
lawmakers.
points? It seems like if you have an action plan, doesn't there have to be like a 7-point plan or something?
I would say at least 5.
At least 5
Yeah.
for an effective action plan. Yes,
like,
yes. I would think a graph or
Anything
two
less
would
than
help.
5, you're lacking action, I would argue.
Would you think a pie chart or a graph
I
would
was just
help?
going to say a pie chart might be needed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
The more graphs you have, I think it can only prove your point harder.
But you
Right,
want to
like-
present a strong one-pager, right?
Well, what's better? Does it look like you're trying to fucking? There's a little tomfoolery going on, a little sleight of hand if you use too many graphs and pictures.
I think so.
You know, because if you do a one-sheeter and it's like, boys, this action plan is undeniable. I
Yeah.
didn't even need graphs.
You want to be able to hold up a single sheet.
Yeah.
Go like that, huh?
Guys.
This, right here.
This is the plan. It's
Yep.
filled with action. All right. It's got 6 bullet points. What more do you need? Confidence in me. Hello. So he spells out this action plan designed to reassure lawmakers, which would help them avoid stepping down, but it wasn't enough for a number of those guys. They looked over. I'm sure they gave it a once over really quick, his action plan, and then they're beginning to demand he step aside. I'm like, what did this guy fucking do? The demands began earlier this month when it was revealed that Quesada had exchanged text messages containing sexually explicit languages about women with his former chief of staff several years ago. The exchange was from August 2016, was obtained by, and thank God News Channel 5 is there to obtain these and present them to them. Look what he did, everybody, look. Look. Watchdog, we're the watchdog. It shows Speaker Quesada joking with this Cade Cothran character about whether a group of young women were above the age of consent. Cade Cothran, who was the press secretary for the House Republican caucus at the time, sent Quesada a video of 2 young women dancing in his apartment. So he's Big E. He's having a party at his house. Ooh! And he takes a little video and he sends it to the fucking big dog, his boy.
Right.
Sends it to his boy. And so, it's talking about legal aid. The response back is, are they 21? It's like, what a fucking, how dare you, Mr. Quesada? And then the party guy's response back is, only takes 18. To which point Quesada wrote, LOL, and true.
Well, I mean, it is true.
Monster. Previous month, the pair were texting one another again, this time about a picture of a woman pole dancing that Cothran had sent. This Cothran character,
He's like Todd Packer.
He is, dude. He's running around town just banging chicks, and he's sending videos to his boss. And so he sends this pole dancing video, and Quesada's response, can I just touch? I get the feeling he wants to live vicariously, because if you look at the two of them, one's an old white man and one is a bearded up millennial, it appears.
Right, so he's just kind of like, yeah, they're friends, but he's like, fuck, man, I wish I was younger, dude, or some shit.
And this is where the rails come off.
Uh-oh.
Cothran also texted Quesada about having sex with a woman in a bathroom of a restaurant, a Nashville restaurant called Party Foul. It's kind of a decent name for a bar, Party Foul. So this dude bangs this chick in the bathroom at Party Foul.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't wait to run and tell Quesada all about it. Quesada wrote, I knew it. Wait, you were only gone for 60 seconds. Cothran replied, yes, I take after you, like father, like son. LOL, Quesada writes. If I'm happy, then all is good.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, the confidence is just shaken in this character. I mean, I just don't. As far as he could speak outside the house, but as far as house speaking
On
goes,
behalf of? No.
fuck this guy, right? Am I right?
Yeah, of course.
I
it's
mean,
damning.
I mean, if
Damning
that's
text.
if this is this would get anybody fired. I mean, you think I would be at RIF for 17 years if that type of shit was uncovered in
Could
my
you imagine
text?
if Jay found a text from me to you saying, dude, I had sex last night, and you just
and
went LOL?
LOL. Wait, you were only in the bathroom with her for like 60 seconds.
You know how that goes, Mike. You know how that goes.
I mean, that's grounds for termination anywhere.
He wouldn't be terminated. He's an independent
well,
contractor.
okay, but you.
But when we were at RIF, if we had this conversation.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Quesada built up political capital by spending heavy on the Republican candidates in contests back in November during the election. And so, all right, Quesada's on his way up.
And
Boost this guy a little bit. So he begins to lose that support when former chief of staff, Cade Cothran, this Cothran dude is just sabotaging his career. This was the last step, it turns out. So Cade Cothran was pressured into resigning after the release of years-old racist texts and sexually explicit messages, and his admission that he was doing blow in the legislative office years before becoming Casada's top aide. Oh man, you got to get away from this Catherine guy.
But and I guess I'm confused maybe on names, but am I wrong? Is the one that's like getting blown out, like they had to step down? He's just the one who received these
Correct.
texts.
Oh yeah, he didn't send shit.
Okay, I just want to make sure. It's like
Yeah.
and
No,
that's
I swear to God, when I saw the picture of the two of them, it was like, this cat's like, oh man, can I just touch? He's like living vicariously. He's got probably some bag at home. He fucking hasn't banged in years.
Yeah.
And he's got this fucking guy. His guy is running around town, drinking, partying, banging everything, and sending him pictures. You know, he's living vicariously. Well, that was a crime these
Doing
days.
it on a government phone.
Thank God, though, we've got USA Today, who was able to unearth
more?
some previous text messages sent by Cade Cothran, that monster. This goes back to 2014 to 2016. He sent messages asking for oral sex and for naked pictures from an intern. That's wrong. That's wrong.
I would imagine,
you are not supposed to do that. An intern is a subordinate, right, Jay? I've learned that from you.
do that.
Can't do that. He also solicited sex from a lobbyist. I mean,
What are lobbyists there for if they're not there for a blowjob?
yeah,
every
right?
now and then?
You want to get this deal done or what? You can make this a lot smoother. You want to get this let's lock this up. So his messages also used derogatory language to describe women who had displeased him, referred to one woman as a cunt in a text, and said that police officers who had given him parking tickets were rent-a-cop cocksuckers.
And we better get some of these people who are saying they have lost confidence in him. They all better get real careful on what's in their text messages.
Yeah.
Like, I know we always joking about like Joe Biden, take it out to the woodshed.
Yeah.
But dude, if that's his response, like remember his Trump thing was again like, oh, grab my pussy, I'd take that guy, take him out to the woodshed. Man, if all of these people that voted on no confidence, if any of them have ever got any
What,
text,
they'd be shown to be a hypocrite?
Right.
Dude, they're a fucking politician. Everybody knows they're a hypocrite.
I know,
That's
but it's just funny, man, to me. It's
Yeah,
like,
but it is if it's like, you know what, man, fucking Bill Johnson really went hard after fucking Cothran and that thing. Yeah, that's unwarranted. I remember having a text string with him a year ago talking about fucking
I'd sell him
blah
out
blah
the
blah.
fucking river in a second.
I mean, if you've got any such correspondence, you'd be like, hey, by the way, what was Casada? Bill Johnson that really rammed it home up your asshole there to get you booted with that fucking impassioned speech he gave all of us. I've got serious. Look at this text string I got going. We're talking about fucking this and that and blah blah blah. They're going to have some of that. These are boys. He says he. So back to Cade, and he says he once had a substance abuse problem. Cothran says that while he was press secretary, he turned to drugs and alcohol as coping mechanism to help him deal with the pressures of the job. Apparently, it's a high stress job. In a statement, he said, and he actually used this. He had used maladaptic coping mechanisms. Is that proper use of maladaptic? I mean, I'm not sure. Is that various coping mechanisms?
maladaptive. Not providing adequate or appropriate adjustment to the environment. Maladaptive.
Maladaptic coping mechanisms, like drinking and taking drugs to cope with the pressure. Like so many young, egotistical men aspiring to a career in politics that came before me, moving up the career ladder was met with unrelenting stress, peer pressure, and unrealistic expectations. It's not an excuse. Nonetheless, I unfortunately turned to maladaptive coping mechanisms. However, I thank God for these experiences. Okay, he's very thankful.
You have to.
I mean, God really did him a solid.
Well, no,
here.
if it weren't for those experiences, he wouldn't be the man he is today.
Well,
I mean, that's what they always say.
Well, what it did,
Everything happens for a reason, right?
Exactly.
How he says he thanks God for those experiences because they've allowed him a unique opportunity to witness to the young men who will come after me that actions have consequences. So this really was, on the whole, a blessing in disguise.
I didn't fucking know until just now, so thank God.
So wait, when he
have what?
I'm glad you taught me this. I'm glad you read this story today, Mike.
Well, so I mean, God's just looking out for him, and that's why he's so thankful for that opportunity. So young egotistical pricks coming up the ladder and clawing up the ladder in politics. Ugh, is there anything worse than that? Those people need to know that if you start texting stuff like calling Jameis Winston a thug N-word, those guys know now that that's probably not acceptable.
Great.
It's probably not. He allegedly said that Common Core was destroying the education. And this is where I hate the media. They're like, he referred to black people as idiots. And I was like, ooh, boy, that sounds pretty fucking harsh.
Yeah.
what he actually said in text, because he's got plenty here. We've compiled
right.
quite a list. We can bash the guy we want. He allegedly said that Common Core was destroying the education system and that black people are idiots for supporting it. I think it's a little different than the headline of he called black people idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, technically he did, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're
Well, if he's
hurting
looking at-
yourself.
In a
This is-
narrow way,
In a
call
very
them idiots.
narrow way. Not because of the
They're
skin
they're
color.
idiots insofar as they're supporting this thing.
Can't you see how dumb this is and it's hurting you and it's not helping and you got to be an idiot. And so, going back to poor Glenn Casada, I mean, this guy.
Just caught in the crossfire.
Well, he says, that kid came to me 3 years ago and said he had a problem, wanted to get help. And, who am I to hold it against someone when they've turned their life around? And he said, hey, kid deserved a second chance, and I chose to believe that we all deserve a shot at redemption and gave Mr. Cawthorn this chance to prove himself.
What do?
I still don't, I'm not entirely sure what was wrong with those texts, the latest ones.
I mean, unless they have other ones.
Is it
I
just
guess,
about
but-
being? I mean, it's crude, I suppose. A couple chicks dancing in my room, but there's nothing illegal about that or wrong. Is it?
Dude,
It's
you
just
are,
morals.
We
Is that,
hold, yeah, it goes
that
back
what
to
it is?
moral behavior. Yes, Mike, you hit it on the head.
seems
I
just
think,
so.
yeah, most people look at their elected officials as having,
Oh, but
on a
they're-
pedestal, and they
they're like
should
the
be
worst of the
acting.
worst, probably in
are.
reality.
Yeah.
Like,
They are way more likely to be wide stanced in a fucking shitter in a Minnesota airport stall than morally grounded people. They're the most untrusted profession in all of America. Doesn't that speak volumes? Most untrusted
When you
profession
said-
in America is politician.
when you said is there anything worse than a person climbing up the political ladder?
Fuck
Think about
no.
it. Is there anything?
No.
What's worse than the dude who that really is his whole thing? Like, I'm going through the junior Republicans. Now I'm this. Now I'm that. And it's not
That's
the one
a good
that,
question.
like-
I mean, could you say fucking Wall Street, some young, but he's trying to make his. He's trying to make money. He's trying to get
Yeah.
rich.
if he's honest about
in
it,
an
it's not
open
about
and honest way.
right.
But it's
I'm
not
on Wall
about
Street.
power. That's just power. I need to be in charge of shit.
Bizarre.
It is so weird, man. That's a good question. I don't know if
mean,
there's
you-
anything.
You're the one who posed it, but when you said it, it made me think seriously.
Oh, did I pose it?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder it was such a great question. Yeah.
I was, but even as much as people could hate a Kim Kardashian, there's no question I'd rather have a reality star bitch over some nerd who's trying to
Yeah.
climb up the political ladder for power or bullshit
Yeah.
to benefit himself while lying about it the whole time.
Speaking of Kim Kardashian, it's kind of funny. People are starting to pick up on what Jay was telling people to do 2.5 years ago, which was, hey, man, this guy's fucking on either side. Just go into the Oval Office and present your shit. He'll fucking want to get something done. He'll work with you.
I love to make deals.
I want to make deals. I'm not really tied to either side. And so Kim Kardashian recently, we were talking about, has done that where it's 17 or 19 prisoners serving life she's helped release, and it's changed her whole life. I mean, I have respect for that. Okay, if you're just out there taking ass photos and making $1 billion off it,
Yeah.
gross ass, fuck off. But if you're actually
But if it
turning
weren't for
that
those ass
around,
photos, Mike, she wouldn't be able to do this now.
it really goes back to Ray J. And
It goes back to prostituting herself.
Yeah.
By releasing
Or her mother.
her mother prostituting her,
Dude.
releasing a sex tape of her and
Everything happens
making
for a
her
reason,
what she
Jay.
is.
yeah, it's not really her mom as much as her madame, but
Right.
was it Ray J or was it
Ray J.
Reggie Bush tape that really
Ray
it was
J.
Ray
Oh,
J
Ray
put her out there, but Reggie Bush was in there too. Didn't Reggie
Yeah,
Bush
but he was just a dater. He was just a guy who she dated for a little bit.
yeah, but he fucked her on video.
I mean, maybe, but it
Yeah, I
wasn't the
remember
tape.
Reggie
I
Bush.
know it was Ray
Oh,
J's
oh,
tape,
okay,
the first
okay,
one. I
yeah.
know, but Reggie Bush is a.
Really, that's a
No.
publicly known tape as well.
think
I don't.
so.
I didn't know that.
I thought so. Bing it, Isis. But no, they were talking about championship team visiting the White House, and people were like, I can't remember what it was. It's like a Cuban player or something is refusing to go. He's all or Puerto Rico. He's from Puerto Rico, and he's all pissed off
of the
about
hurricane.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, dipshit, why don't you take fucking Kim Kardashian's lead and just go in there and be like, hey, by the way, I think this sucks. Can we do something about this? He'd probably be like,
Have a seat, Cordero. Let's get this deal done.
Go ahead, finish your hamburger while we're talking.
Why don't you grab a McChicken and I'll get this done. We'll put it in the out pile.
Yep.
Finished.
like, you could instead you take a knee on it and just decide not to go. Okay, well, you helped Puerto Rico none by doing
Right.
that. You got your name in the paper. Everyone thinks you're fucking awesome for denying the president, but you didn't help your cause very much.
Yeah, well, I venture to say most of the people that are in that position don't have substance enough or knowledge enough to really argue a position. So that Cordero or whoever you're
Yeah, I
referring
can't
to
remember who it
really doesn't know.
Yeah.
He just knows that, oh, people are saying he fucked Puerto Rico, so I'm not going. But
Yeah.
if he were really informed and smart, he'd be able to present some argument like, hey,
Well,
Mr. President,
couldn't he have one
While
of his
I'm
smart
here.
friends come up with a nice action plan?
while I'm munching on Wendy's fries,
He could go in there with a nice action plan, just a one-sheeter.
5-pointer,
Yeah. Just go in, between
5 to 7 points, couple graphs.
between Trump's 2 Big Macs and chocolate milkshake. You get in there and you just slide on in, and present your action plan. I don't know. Seems like worth a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Here's an action plan for you. Call Brent Wasik Insurance. We all need it, and most of us don't even know what kind of coverage we have or who
Russian
provides
agent.
it. Let fellow TDC listener, Russian agent Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900.
Hey, I should mention, I am going to Los Angeles tomorrow morning, and part of that is, really the only reason I was going was I wanted to do a Newberg show, like with him in studio at his house there. And so if you've been listening and enjoying, Heroin has a great publicist. I'll be on there a few times probably between Friday, Saturday, whatever. And then Chris and I are going to go meet Vinny from Sponge. Sponge is playing the Whiskey A Go-Go that Friday night. And we're going to go back there and do a show with Vin too. So it should be a pretty exciting weekend. There should be some cool stuff out there. And also, and if you don't know, we dropped in the members area, and also, Jay, you uploaded it too. Heroin has his platform, wherever you get, your podcast shows. If you go there, there's one titled Heroin Has a Great Detroit Cast, and it's me and him, me and Chris, Michelle, and you got the guitar out, Ease here. It was a lot of fun. It was a good hour. We did, twice as long as his normal show. And so all that stuff is out there. And also, members area. Easus and I were talking about it the other day because I hadn't done members area in a little bit. And Easus and I went in there and did basically another show. We went and did over an hour, I think, or about an hour.
A little more.
And it's kind of I don't remember how we were planning to start it. It was going to be kind of behind the scenes of putting together a Hamlin event and what it's like on our end, blah, blah, blah. But that quickly went into like riff days, like old stories. Like you were reminding me of shit that I hadn't thought of in forever. And I think people that are interested in that type of stuff will really enjoy that. And you can check that out in the members area.
And it begs the question, how does one become a member?
I don't know.
You go
I
to
don't even have, I'm not even a member, I don't think. I don't know how to do it.
DetroitCast.com. There you will see a tab to the far right, members area, and there's a bunch of different levels. So pick the one that suits your needs.
Yes, and go listen to it. I think you guys will enjoy it. Did you see that high-speed chase in L.A.?
Yeah, with the RV. It's going to be me and Gab, man, in our
Yeah.
retirement.
Oh,
They're not taking us down, Gab, not without a fight.
it's funny. One of the things we were discussing when Chris Newberg was here, he was doing like the differences between Detroit and L.A., like the 5 things that are better about L.A., and one of the things on his list was the fucking
chases.
high-speed. He said they're on TV because they always break in, and I'm like, they are.
And it's been like that for decades,
Decades.
right?
And
Just a cultural phenomenon.
And you'll always get this, because eventually the helicopter will get there, and you've got a guy with a gun on a bridge, and it's like, oh no, please don't do that, and then he fires, oh no, turn it off, we don't want to see that. It's like, yes you did, yes you fucking did want to see the guy get his ass kicked or shot or whatever. That's why you had the cameras on him, dick licker. But I remember, dude, being out there and like during one year during football season, it was the playoffs, and it was the wild card, and it was the Niners playing the Packers. I had to get up at like 9 in the morning because, it was whatever, 12 noon start and then at 4 o'clock. And dude, there's a fucking police chase going on that morning. And I'm like, man, it's a good one. I mean, I want to watch the game, but this police chase is so good. And they go forever. You'll see, it's unreal. Why don't we have more of those? I mean, do we just not have people running from the cops as much around here? Because they'd film that, right?
I guess we just can't scramble birds quick enough to get up there to film them. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, it is remarkable, though. I guarantee you, if I turn on the TV in my hotel room, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to watch that tonight. And Live Cops, episode of Cops is live. And they're just awesome. They go for 3 hours. You just don't know.
Well, this one, there's a couple really unique aspects, too.
Oh, yeah. It's a nice touch, right? Like, we usually see a guy a woman driving a Winnebago. I mean, that's good, right? Right out of the gate.
It's like a 40-footer, man.
It's a big-ass thing,
Yeah.
and she bangs a couple things. I mean, I'm not going to make a woman driver joke here, but she really rips off half that fucking side of that
Isn't that
truck.
funny? It's like aluminum siding just come screeching off.
Yeah. So this starts at about 7 at night, and authorities try to pull her over. She drives through streets, weaving in and out of traffic, plowing into cars. The palm tree, I think, is what really did her in.
Yes.
She's in her 40s. She's facing felony charges, if you can believe that, several of them.
She used to own a chocolate lab, it looks like? Or what kind of poops is that?
Well, there's a couple poops. There's two of them, and one's like, I'm out of here. And one guy bails.
He bailed.
Dude, he fucking bailed while she's driving.
How does he walk from that?
I don't know. They said it's going to be okay. So she whips it. At one point, she whips into a shopping mall, and that's where the palm tree was like, all right, that's enough for you. So anyway, we could watch a second of
Yeah,
it.
the turning radius is...
It's difficult on an F-150, let alone an
you
RV.
want to make the jokes like the Mack Truck Bulldog, but if this thing comes to a hard stop, it's just going to be. I just don't want to see the animal.
One
hurt,
side is
and,
just ripped
I'm
off.
talking about the
Look at
dog,
the
not
poops.
the person
Yeah.
behind the
Look at
wheel.
the poops.
Oh,
He's
there
like,
he
no,
goes.
I'm out.
Oh my God! No!
Oh,
Fake.
No!
I know,
Thank
right?
goodness we didn't see that.
She's like, oh, you okay, pal?
Yeah.
For one-
So she stops to make sure the poops runs away. The
God.
poops unbelievably
Did you hear
ran
that
away.
announcer?
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't see that.
Yeah.
Because there was a tree in the way. Oh, yeah, that's what you were hoping.
Liar.
Total liar.
He was happy that he saw it, or wish he would have.
Here she goes, just whipping down the street.
What is she
Get out
thinking
of
here?
way.
Yeah, the turning radius.
What are you
Back
thinking?
up,
About to go-
back up.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, copper, don't mind me.
That cop did
That-
her a favor.
Look at 30.9 thousand people are watching on their Twitter or whatever up in the corner.
Yeah, does the cop make the right
a
move
nice
right there? Like
that's
the
a
cop
ni-
had a chance to bump that thing into a spin.
You're
Plus
not
another
bumping
thing-
that Winnebago. Can you tell what it is, Jay? Is
That
it
is
an
one
arrow?
time
Is it a
in my
scout?
life
Looks
where
like a
I'm
cougar
happy
to me,
that
a
we had
raptor.
had
A
tree in the
raptor.
way.
How did he not get a car
Look
in
at
front
the
of her? on
look
that
at the
turn?
numbers going up too as people are joining this thing
Oh,
in
I know.
progress. Hell yeah!
By the hundreds.
Oh, avoid that. So she's pretty much dodging people pretty well, you know. At
Gotta
this
say, her
point.
skill's not terrible, Jay.
Yeah.
This is Los Angeles, man. This is
She's in a boulevarded area here.
yeah.
Oh, he's
Look-
on a leash. They pulled him
Look
back
at all the
inside.
poops. Yeah, he's like, oh, I love this.
This is still just not good.
And yet we're not going away.
Anyways, it kind of gives you an idea what was what.
Yeah,
I
today's
mean,
chase
I'm
brought to you by
beyond
Denny's.
that. Just hope that's the same dog, but it just makes you think.
Come on in for a Grand Slam breakfast.
that
Now
kinda
back
gives
to
you an
our
idea What's
chase.
going to happen? Maybe he's got some sort of harness on
Imagine
that
the
dog. but,
noise and just how that
I
thing is
just,
shaking.
Oh,
it's
I
no wonder
know.
the poops is like,
It's just-
get the hell out
Yeah.
of this
bad,
thing.
getting worse.
You're right. All that
Yeah,
metal is
oh
just
my
whipping
God.
in the wood.
California
in the
Highway
wind.
Patrol, they're down there. They're tasked with bringing this thing to a stop. And also,
Look at that front tire
they're
on
having
the
a
front one.
difficult
It's,
time.
it's
Yeah.
hanging on.
It's
LAPD.
torn wide
And I'm
open
not
like
saying
a
that in any
can,
kind of
and
derogatory
then that
way.
front
I'm
right
surprised
tire
that
is just
he hasn't gotten
flopping.
involved, with this chase yet. I'm actually going to try to pull up some some.
She's not a terrible driver, Jay. I got to say, she's not terrible.
This is definitely in
And
their-
why are
in
these
their
streets so empty at 7 o'clock at night in Los
jurisdiction.
Angeles?
And this person is driving
Where is
like,
she?
like a real like
Santa
very
Clarita.
dangerously. I was
You're
gonna
right.
say
The
like a
numbers
real
just keep
dangerous-
going up on the.
Oh, hell yeah.
on
No
the
one's-
Facebook Live.
You know, you do a Facebook Live, you hit 16 people, and it goes down to 12,
Right.
and then 5, and then 9.
Or his
Not
animals,
going down at all on
There's
this
just
one.
Anybody
no
around
windshield.
it.
I mean, it's
Early on,
just, this
just
is absurd.
There's a poops. How much
hammer
longer is left in
another
this, E?
vehicle that got
Because I want to
its
see.
way
Oh,
right
okay, it's
there.
coming to an end. Okay.
Right now, Fulvio is. We got the
Does she
sun
drill
setting
a
out
car?
here. It's a little bit hazy for us, so Fulvio's working.
Has she
to
already taken out the
keep us
palm
safe.
tree?
So.
Oh, that's what ends her,
there's a
right?
shot.
No,
tries
she
to
gets
turn.
out. She gets out and runs.
At any rate, this
this one only goes 10 more
right
seconds, so
now.
this
If
might
you guys
not
wanna
have-
know where it is.
She's
We're
gonna
on
make the
Tampa
turn.
Avenue approaching,
She makes a hard
Khalifa,
left,
actually,
and I think that
it's
sticks
still
her.
by
Yeah.
Khalifa.
You know,
Ugh,
does this, if nothing more, does this video prove that maybe traffic lights are overrated? Like I don't know that she needed them. She was fine. She was maneuvering through red lights without much trouble in an RV.
Usually in these situations, you see that the traffic light does get them or ends up getting somebody else as they're just
Yeah.
going home from wherever and
Yeah,
right through
that's
that,
true.
right through that red light comes a Winnebago.
So, anyways, the driver attempted to run from the vehicle. Let's see. The dog seen in the front seat jumped out and spotted hobbling around the street. Oh man! So she tried to make a getaway on foot. Driver Tried to run, was soon. Yeah, there's no chance for her. None.
What are they
like
thinking
you are
with the-
vehicled up proper, or you are caught. You know what I mean?
Well, you're so done in that vehicle too. It's not like you're ever gonna slip into an alley or something and
You gotta get to-
lose the friggin' 4 helicopters on you. Come on, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Well, you got to get to
so
a
dumb.
parking structure. You got to get to a parking structure and then get a different car.
Well, that's
you know what I mean?
that's how you lose the chopper, man.
Right.
That's how you ditch the choppers. You get into a fucking parking structure. You know, whip
switch
into
cars.
Somerset Mall and just get under the. They can't find. They're like, oh, we lost them. They never know where you are. You come out anyway. Then you just stick a Nana as she's getting in her car with her stupid bags. You
Give her a
stick
dirt
her, get
face
the
and
fuck
then-
out of the way, and then you just pull out. Now you're just rolling around with a cutlass. Whatever. No big deal.
Exactly. Easy.
Take forever to find you after that. You know, just got to find a Nana out there. But anyway, yeah, it's still fun. They took one of the doggies for treatment.
How long did this actually go, did they say?
30 minutes.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
man.
we watched all of it. All 30 minutes of it there, I think.
pretty much.
That's pretty damn... 30 minutes is not bad, dude. To stay away
Not
from
bad.
for
Especially
her.
if she was drunk. They say this may be a DUI case, too. So to be shit-faced, sustain that kind of damage, have a couple dogs going bonkers while you're trying to concentrate on the road.
Well, to happen to have a full tank like that, how many miles per gallon are you really getting in that thing?
It's great. You should take a gander at that because that really does
It
get
looks
good
like a
gas
great,
mileage.
great
Yeah.
unit. Yeah,
I mean, if you and Gab are going to be rolling around the country, you don't want to be spending all your, family fortune on.
looks like it can take
Yes.
a beating too. And
Hell yeah, hell yeah. So anyway, I want to know who she is. I hope they tell us.
sure, tomorrow we'll have a mug shot front and center.
Yeah, I bet she's hot too. Young, hot,
I'll
studious. Do you think there will be anything on her face when we see her mugshot? Will there be one eye going one way, one looking straight? Will there be? She's in her 40s.
There'll be something
There'll be
gone
something.
awry. Yeah,
We're gonna go. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
all right,
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's how we got there.
Central Cast.
You just see an unexplained scar from left eye to chin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, oh, yeah, okay.
Isn't that funny? Like, you think about it in your life, like, you have moments, like Mike had his moment with the shaky shake yesterday or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But you have these moments, and you can get away with a lot in life. You know what I mean? Rape and murder, obviously, no. But, like, for the most part, you can have a few
You can't
tickets.
get
you
away
can-
with both of those.
Okay, but I'm trying to just make a point. Like, yeah, but those can go to you in a long time. But, like, you can
Yeah.
get away with a lot in life. But, dude, you make the moment to, like, do something like this, like a 30-minute car chase, and it's just like, while it's happening, I wonder if there's ever a moment, like, you started it thinking you had no choice, and then 5 minutes in, you're just like, fuck.
For sure.
Fuck, dude.
For sure.
Do you think that hits them, or do they think like I'm gonna get away?
This is
'Cause I always
over.
wonder,
I think
does
the
anyone
whole
get
time
away?
you're thinking, where do I ditch this? Where do I ditch it?
What?
She didn't appear to be in ditch it mode to me. She appeared to be in like I'm just going.
It's like if you kill somebody,
It
there's
would,
that.
it would never occur to me that I'm just going to stay in this car and get away. Would
But it
that
would never
occur to
occur to you to do that.
I
in
know.
the first place.
That's very
So-
true. But once you get rolling, I gotta believe 90% of these people are thinking, all right, how do I get out of this vehicle and start running?
I'm just, you know what I think I was even more getting at is I think that as I thought about it now, I'm just curious about those moments. There's things in life you can get away with a lot of stuff, but there's certain things in life that boom, once it happens, it's like you kill somebody, you don't mean to maybe do it. Now you shoot somebody, you're like, fuck,
Well,
my whole life is fucked right now. if
To
this-
Jay's point yesterday, if you could do the 30,000-foot view, of like, okay, here's the chain reaction of things that occurred, and if you just took her right now, grabbed her and put her up there and went, where would you have gone different? At what point?
Probably that May 2019 RV chase.
And even if you specifically went to that day and you went, what would you do different in this day? And because there's a moment when a cop pulls her over and it's like the decision is, do we brake or do we punch it?
I wouldn't have jammed that meth up my pussy and,
Yeah.
and punched it.
And punched it. I probably wouldn't have punched it. I probably would have done a weekend for the baggie of meth, which would have sucked. But doing 20 years blows a lot more. Now I see that. Did a whole lot of damage to the RV, too. Yeah.
It would just be a crazy situation to be in that RV. I mean, I know she's drunk and she's probably, you're right, most of these people are probably not fully with it. But still, there'd probably be some level of you that would just be like, oh, fuck.
If
Oh,
you
fuck,
get
this is
pulled
not-
over, usually you get stopped, and sometimes the cop comes up, how you doing? Check your license, your ID, and
Right.
you give it to him, and then as he's walking back, guy's like, that ain't me. What? They just gone.
Yeah.
Like, at what point do you decide, like, if you punch it and get 10 feet from the cop, do you still have a window to, like, lock it up and go, I don't know what I was thinking, man.
I was just
Back it up.
joking about that.
I wasn't going anywhere. Or are you fucked even at that point?
And you know what? You guys have way more stories because of some of the situations just being more loose back in the day. So this probably won't. But this isn't quite that example. But I was driving on this road by my house one time. It's 50 miles an hour speed limit. I was going 60, and I saw the cop. I saw lights go, and I thought I heard him turn around. I go, fuck, he's got me. He's got me for speeding. But I was in this area. There was a hill, and I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna try. And I smeared off into this kind of other road. It had
Smeared off into it?
Smeared off. Were you
Whatever.
drinking?
No, swerved off into this other, just right on the fucking, real quick, just fuck it. Tried it, went off into this cul-de-sac.
Ditch your car and start running.
No. The cop car blows by me, blows by the road. I fucking finally see him.
Well
I
done,
wait a little
Jesus.
bit. I drive away, and he pulled someone else over, too. But I know he was going at me. So he might have caught someone else. And my point is, but if that cop saw me, I made a quick thinking that the
I'll
hill...
tell you, I've done the same.
Okay.
I did the same. And it was on, 11 Mile between Inkster and Middlebelt.
Yep.
And what's the park there?
Park. Mercy is right there.
No, across the street from Mercy. If you come into my old sub, Sky, there was a park on the right there, whatever, what doesn't matter. But I was right in front of that park, and I'm just cruising. It's one lane each way. And a cop goes by me, and as he goes by me, and I'm literally 5 seconds from turning into my subdivision, cop goes by me, and I just see him immediately go a little right and then fucking whip it around. And I was like, fuck you, what? And I just floored it, ducked into the sub, left turn, left turn, fucking driveway. Boom, shut off the car, lights, fucking back. Motherfucker pulls up behind me. I was like, how the fuck did you do that? And he's like, were you trying to get away from me or something?
No,
I was like,
crazy.
I didn't even see you, sir. What are you talking about?
I just take a little snooze in the front seat here.
And he's like, so where are you? I was like, no, I just popped over to my friends real quick, and I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, ID, and he's like, this isn't your house. And I was like, no, I just live a couple blocks over. I just pulled in to see my buddy. God knows whose house I was in front of at 1 a.m, and he was like, uh-huh. And he let me go. He didn't, and
Wow.
dude, yeah, but he knew exactly what I was doing. I give him credit, though.
He didn't give you field sobriety and all that?
Now, back then,
Now they fucking 100% you would have now.
Oh, yeah. Well, remember that time Troy and I got pulled over, fucking wasted. Troy, we were talking about this story, I think in Extra Content, maybe.
Yeah.
And he got pulled over, and they wouldn't let us drive the car, so they took us to my parents' house. The cop did, and Troy's car is still on the main road. And it's like, I got these boys, and the car can't move.
The escort, huh? The black
escort. And so they were like, the cop was like, well, I can't let you guys drive this car. You're gonna call one of your parents, and we're all like, Don. We'll call Don. Don Courtney, Troy's dad. Can't get a hold of him. One of those all night. Remember, Troy had the rule: party can't end until the keg's gone. And so it was like kill the keg, but it was one of those graduation parties, so there's multiple kegs. So he gave it a shot. He stayed up all fucking night and then drank until 9 a.m. And then at noon we had to be at another graduation party, and so we had fucking giant beers with us and in the car, and we get pulled over, and it was like dumping the beer in the fucking it's terrible. And so this cop won't let us take the car, so we go back to. He takes us to my parents' house. My mom is standing there. She's just like, you fucking. And the cop's like, well, I got the boys, Bob, if you want to go and pick up Troy's car, we can do that. And then my mom goes, have the guys been drinking? He's like, no, they not. Troy said no, and I no. Mom was like, yeah, that's cute, but why don't we give him a field sobriety test anyways? And Troy's like,
Pat.
bitch. And he's like, ma'am, I've been doing this a long time. I don't have a field sobriety test on me, and I know a drunk kid when I see one, blah, 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 and so whatever. It's not necessary. And Mom goes, yeah, why don't you go back to the station? We'll wait here. You can just grab one of those field sobriety machines. And he did.
Breathalyzer.
The breathalyzer, yeah. And he did. And he came back and gave
Troy's
it to
just
Troy.
chugging coffee.
Dude, he's picking pennies up off the ground. Remember, you could suck pennies. It'll fucking blah, blah, blah. Came back, and he's shit-faced. This cop's like, fuck, I thought this kid was sober. He's like, he has a problem. This young man has a problem. If he's he made him do it twice. He's like, the number that's pulling, he should not look like this and be standing like his mom was like, yeah. Here's the kicker, though. he couldn't arrest Troy because we weren't at the scene anymore and we weren't driving the car. So now there'd been another driver between when that happened, because my dad went and got the car and picked it up from the edge of the sub. And so there's some play in there where,
Beautiful.
yeah, we got off scot-free.
Yeah, white privilege isn't a thing at all. Like,
Hey, man, I didn't write the laws. I'm just playing by
I
them,
know,
man.
I know.
You know, doing the best I can. These middle schoolers. Did you read the story about the middle schoolers?
No.
Poor crepes.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Dude. This reminds me of past stories we've done.
yeah, I love those stories. It's in Ohio, of course, probably the Nickel, somewhere around there, you know. Questioning 8 middle school students. I don't know what you do to middle school students if they get in shenanigans, you know. They
Hey,
start
if they're
stuff.
willing to do what's alleged here, you go ahead
Well-
and lock them up and throw away the key.
They were allegedly involved in contaminating crepes. Crepes? Is it crepes?
Crepes.
Crepes that were served to teachers. So basically, they've got this thing. It's like the kids are making crepes for a global gourmet class, and then the teachers are going to eat it. That's part of the thing. Is they're gonna sample it, and well, see who's the best. It's going to be tasted and judged by these teachers. However, things went a little awry when a video recorded by one of the students started going around the school. It showed that what they believed to be.
do they not think videos are gonna get out? Like, I mean, I know that we're all older, and they've had Snapchat their whole. I get that, but still, when you're doing
Well-
something that's wrong, you don't think it's gonna get out.
Morons.
But you think, okay, they spit in the crepes.
No.
They one cut his finger and dropped a blood droplet there.
No.
Sweat from the forehead.
No. That's not those fluids. No. Different bodily fluids.
Urine?
There may be some of that.
Yeah, a little bit, but then it was really hit home with the seminal fluid.
Seminal
Just
fluid.
fucking
Middle schoolers.
Yeah. I wasn't able to come in. Well, could I come in middle school maybe?
I don't remember.
Yes, you could have.
I could have. How would you know?
Because if I could have, I'm sure that you could have.
I was a wisp, dude. I was wee in middle school. I don't think I could. I mean, I don't. Do you have to have hair on your bag to be able to finish? Because I don't know. I don't know when it started. Like who are these guys jacking it together?
My God, man.
Yeah. I wonder if one of the teachers went, "Oh my God, who came in the crepes?"
Yeah, it's like
like
it's like the flute, right?
Yeah.
The flute story was some music teacher passing out little flutes to all the kids, and some mother
for a charity, wasn't it? Like global flutes,
Yeah.
music of the world.
flutes across the world.
Yes, flutes. It was. It's
Yeah.
like painting them and sending them to Africa and
Absolutely.
shit. Yeah.
All the kids take them home, and some mom reports back to the principal, "There's seminal fluid on these flutes." Like, how the hell do you know?
Her husband's sitting there like, "Ugh, honey, there's a way you could have said that without making it look like you just absolutely guzzle cum." I poop. Jesus Christ, who came all over this?
And this led, of course, to E's flute sampling that we did about a year ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
God.
And then this is like the teacher cookie, the teacher cum cookie story too. Remember that guy?
Oh, I
Years
love
ago.
that guy. Yeah. He was drizzle. He was using drizzle cum like it was that kind of frosting.
Yeah, and then he'd pass them out. He just watched the kids.
Yeah, watch the kids all
They
eat
have
cum
no
cookies.
idea.
So gross, dude.
God, what a monster.
So, the five staff members, so 5 teachers, unknowingly ate the food. When they saw the video, the administrators, they immediately contacted the authorities. And they're working with prosecutors to determine possible charges. The district said, we're also focusing, these guys always want to say the right thing, whatever, we won't tolerate this kind of behavior in our blah, blah, blah. And we are also focusing our efforts to support the teachers impacted by this incident. It's like, okay, Mrs. Johnson ate a couple cum cookies or crepes, got a little cum in her crepes. What are you going to do, sit her down and be like,
She probably didn't
How are
even taste
fe-
it, dude.
she probably
In a
didn't.
crepe-
And it's,
in a
I mean,
crepe.
if you've got 5 administrators, odds are 2 or 3 of them are women. And maybe there's a gay one. I don't know, but odds are they've tasted cum before.
Or swallowed it.
Yeah, right. Well, they did this time probably if they finished the crepe. But
Right.
So disgusting, dude.
Oh, I mean, I-
just some random kids. Ugh.
it is. It's worse. But you're right. It's probably something they never tasted at all in the thing. But it's like the video goes around and it's like, oh, you sons of bitches.
Right.
Do you think they'll throw the book at them?
Wonder what.
Why wouldn't they?
I mean, what is it? Because they're 14.
Yeah, juvie, man.
Juvie?
Oh,
What
yeah,
are you in
juvie,
for?
sure.
I stabbed my friend. What are you in for? I came in my teacher's crepes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, oh man. All right, we'll come back. Let's take a quick break, Jay, and try to rinse ourselves off from that. You don't come in any crepes.
I don't like crepes, so you're good.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
I don't like them.
Do you like crepes, Jay?
I
Not those ones. I mean, just regular ones.
can't remember ever having one.
Yeah, I don't know that I've eaten a lot of them either.
I don't like pancakes that much anymore either. So they're like a more sugary jello or jelly kind of pancake, right? It's like a pancake with jelly kind of in it and shit.
I don't think it's mandatory to have a jelly insert. I think
thought
I
there's
think
something- well,
you can have some
Well, I said
cream filling.
jelly-ish. That's what I just meant jelly-ish.
Well, I think it more cream filling than I do jelly, but whatever.
Whatever. I don't
To each their own. Anyway, let's take a quick break. And Amazon Alexa and Apple Siri taking some punishment, man. Sexist damn fucking AIs. Talk about that next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. go, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Mike and Jay. Big E over there. You glad you don't have to do history tomorrow, E?
Not really.
He's
mean,
dodged like 4 weeks in a row.
I know.
I've done them both.
I feel
He
dumb.
did them, though. He did
That's
do
the
them.
thing. I do them, so it actually bugs me because it's like I spent the time.
I've been waiting to be educated on these things.
And one of them was kind of cool, too. One of them we would have really gotten into. I can't remember what it was.
Was it Top Gun or was it Birth Control?
Top Gun.
Top Gun, yeah, and Birth Control.
Birth Control. Damn
Yeah,
it, Jesus.
I know.
The main thing, not that this is that shocking, but I'll say the main thing I got out of Birth Control, the legalization, like in 1960 or whatever in America.
Crazy legalization of birth
But like the
control.
main thing I got out of it is as long as people have been trying, like, you know, there's always stories of like the king trying to impregnate, you know, to have a perfect child or whatever. But like as long as people have been trying to fuck, they've also been trying to find ways not to have pregnancies.
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
just forever. It's literally.
Did it take
like,
them a long time to figure out like pulling out is like
That's
perfect? Like if you do it
100%
right?
in the. I don't know if it said just the Jewish Bible or something like that, but that's in religious text from way back there, and it's literally I forget if I had my papers here, I'd say what it was called, but it was some name, and then in every article it says basically pulling out, like just pulling out.
Withdrawing.
And I was gonna,
Yeah.
you know what, if I could say just one more funny thing about that, in a way, the condoms were like, you know, condoms became a thing, but what another thing like typical like American people want to fuck. So back in World War One or probably one of the World Wars, but I think one. They all went over, you know, across seas, and once they're overseas, they're like, we're fucking all these Asian prostitutes and Japanese prostitutes or whatever. But they had condoms, and they're like, oh, this is great because we can have sex and not have to worry about STDs. And when it got back to America, condoms weren't readily available, and it was just like, nope, this is bullshit. And then boom, it just happened. The legislation, you know what I mean? Like enough men came back and they're like, yep, we need to
Dude,
make
it's
this
great.
happen.
You can bust a nut anywhere you want. Someone with this thing on your dong. It's perfect.
They came back and
Yeah.
like, this can't happen. We need these available ASAP.
We often go in depth on these stories, Jay, where it's like, oh, come on. What are you... If you do anything, someone's going to find something to bitch about. And now, Alexa and Siri are coming under fire, apparently.
How so?
Well, not them. They didn't do anything wrong. But a new study has revealed, a UNESCO study, the voices used by the smart speakers reinforce ideas that women are subservient. As they are portrayed as obliging and easy to please.
Oh my God, but if it was men, then it would just be like, oh, of course a man's doing it. Of course a man's telling us everything. He's smart.
Women can be smart and have information. No,
Right.
it's only men.
Well, they also criticize the way the female AIs respond to gender-based insults with deflecting, lackluster, or apologetic responses.
That's true. How many times have you called her a bitch? You know?
Oh,
God
yeah, call her a
damn it, you
cunt.
bitch.
Yeah. The report itself is called I'd Blush If I Could. And that's in response to how many people, and I mean many, 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 many people have called Siri a bitch. And that was apparently her stock response. Oh, I'd blush if I could. And it was like, you know, so all of a sudden we're humanizing it now. And it's like you calling your wife a bitch. She's like, no, I'd blush if I could. So that's how it would go. So companies like Apple and Amazon, staffed by overwhelmingly male engineering teams. Why didn't they throw white in there? You know, or I guess Asian. Yeah, that fucks it up. They've built AI systems that cause their feminized digital assistants to greet verbal abuse with "catch me if you can" flirtation. It sends a signal that women are docile helpers available at the touch of a button.
Fine, make it a male voice, whatever, and let's keep the technology. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Fine.
Or not just the touch of a button. Like, she's not just at your beck and call. Well, yeah, she is. It's a fucking virtual person, idiot. With the touch of or a blunt voice command like, hey, yo, Siri, yes. The assistant holds no power or agency beyond what the commander asks of it.
Computer. That just is.
Get this, it honors commands and responds to queries regardless of their tone or hostility.
So it does
know
what
what,
the
though?
commercial says it does?
This shit is the tip of the iceberg because sex dolls are coming soon. You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the AI that everybody's going to jump on.
So should sex dolls be able to say I have a headache?
Well, that's the thing, right? That's going to be immediately looked at as look at how these things are just being treated. And there's going to be like these
it's a
real
flesh-feeling
questions.
hole.
There's going to be these questions though.
Are you
As
raping a robot?
consciousness gets closer and closer with these things.
Yeah.
There's going to be like AI rights.
Well, they'll have to be a Me Too
Dude,
for the robots?
it's funny, but I wouldn't fucking doubt it. If it's like, You know what? He's just raping that poor doll all day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he's doing. He's in there raping.
And as
it.
they become more and more human, there will be sympathy given to these things.
Can an AI doll consent?
I can't get over it.
It's going to happen though.
I know.
Remember when they
My
came out with
perfect solution.
the dolls, the sex dolls, like toddlers, and then they were like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Like toddlers.
Yeah,
mean
like
toddler
little-
form. Oh my
I
god.
remember-
Yeah,
remember
it was
that.
in like Japan or something. And people were like, "Okay, now you're just teaching people like how to
Yeah.
fuck a kid, man." And they had to pull it back. I don't know if some of those still leaked into the market though. And then some dude's just pounding on a fucking
my God.
6-year-old, but whatever.
AI. Oh my God, I can't believe that you have ask her questions and she just does what you ask, like
Yeah.
a woman should.
Have you
So-
ever seen that movie
well-
AI, Spielberg's movie,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
kid from Sixth Sense is in it? And it really does make you think. Like it's way futuristic, you know. And it's this family that lost a child, and so they replace it with this artificial intelligence kid, and the kid remains for millennia forward.
Yeah.
And you do like feel sympathy for this kid, and you see how he kind of like.
It was her. Remember her?
No, there was an AI one with Ron Williams that was really dumb as shit. Let me look it up.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
No, I liked it as a kid, Mrs. Doubtfire, but I was a kid having said that too. I mean,
So anyway, it honors commands and responds to queries regardless of their tone or hostility, right? Which reinforces commonly held gender biases that women are subservient and tolerant of poor treatment. To me, it's like, I know that it's not at a woman. You're not yelling at a woman. It's like, hey, Siri, what's the weather going to be like this weekend? It goes, Def Leppard's first #1 album was Hysteria. What's the fucking weather? I asked the weather.
It's her own fault.
It's her own fault. She drops the ball. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? What's the score of the fucking Tigers
Yeah.
game?
What do you tell Suri with 2 black eyes? Nothing. You already told her twice.
Exactly, right? The report calls on developers to create a neutral machine gender for voice assistants and goes as far as to suggest voice assistants are programmed to respond to and discourage gender-based insults. I'm not having a domestic dispute with my fucking Alexa.
Can't you change the voice? Because you can on your map. I know that because Gab has this delightful sounding
German, yeah.
Australian guy.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but so what they're saying is if you come too harsh, not if you bring it strong, come in a little hot, like Alexa, what's the fucking score of the game? They want her to discourage you from, hey, calm down, like this passive aggressive cunt AI machine in your kitchen. I'm not having dude. That could get into I'll get into a domestic disturbance with my fucking.
Yeah.
Gotta go make a run over to the Walters' house again. He's having it out with Alexa. There I am screaming at her. She's going, really? Is that tone necessary? Is that tone necessary? Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not even speaking to you while you're coming at me that hard.
There are, though, going to be these interesting questions, though, as it gets more human and more real, where, people are going to abuse the fuck out of AI, but yet be asked to turn to a real woman who looks just like the AI woman and treat her completely different.
I know. It's weird. And the realer it gets, I don't mind, tossing around my bedroom that chick with the bald head that kind of fucking freaked out when it's like, kill humans,
Right.
That's not a real woman, you know what I mean? Like if I fucking play out a rape fantasy with her in my bedroom,
But
whatever.
you see Westworld, and that's how it's going to be.
Oh, I hope so.
Guys are just going to be going nuts on these things.
And we would do exactly what they do in Westworld. Get shit-faced, shoot each other, and fuck everything.
Yes.
And then reset the game and start over.
Yep.
That's what we would do.
But yet you're going to be asked to act completely differently in a different moral way toward real women.
Well, this report concludes that they've got at least in part a solution to fix some of these problems. At the outset of every interaction, the device should announce, I am non-human.
Okay, that's
thank
the
you.
fix, man.
Because that's going to, because then I'm not yelling at a woman or anything like that.
no, just make it a man. Well, I can't make it a man voice, can you?
Well, here's the problem with that, E. You don't know how it identifies. And that's not a fucking joke, what I'm about to tell you. As society continues to break down the gender binary, recognizing those who neither identify as male nor female, the technology we create should follow. The report concluded that more women are needed in technology and the development of smart speakers, which will prevent machines from responding playfully to abuse or insults in the future. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fucking blow my brains out.
I'm done. You know what? I don't want some fucking dude in my AI machine upstairs. You know what I mean? Like, what's the weather like? Yeah, it's a balmy 36. Why? I don't need that dude in my kitchen. I want the little fucking dainty thing that I can just scream at.
I wonder
haul off
if
a
you can
bitch.
change your voice. If you
on
have that
Alexa.
option.
You could probably Bing that. Can you change Alexa's? Because I don't think you can change her name.
Okay.
Which I think is
That makes sense.
kind of shitty because you would think like all it is a command to turn on. So if you've got a daughter named Alexa in your house,
You're screwed.
imagine what a pain in the ass that fucking machine would be.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, we've got an Alexa. Can we just call this thing Lisa?
Right.
You know, I mean that would help. But
No can do, huh?
I don't think you can. And I tried to do this too. I when I first got one, my sister got me one for Christmas a few years ago, and I don't trust this Alexa. But I was like, Alexa, repeat after me. I was doing that, and I was like, hi, my name's Big E, and I'm a total fucking douche. And she was like, I'm not saying that. Like, she refused
right?
me. Yeah, she refused me. She turned me down. Yeah, I
So
was
you
trying to,
berated her?
yeah, I was trying to have her repeat
You're
after
my
me and say,
servant. You will repeat after me.
look, I took the high road in that incident, because I didn't want to get into it. I didn't want to get into a screaming match with my AI unit, but yeah, it'll be, dude. What do you if it doesn't have human feel? If it's not really a human being, what's it mean? Like, if I have a clock in the other room that's a Marilyn Monroe clock and I jack off on it, and
Yeah.
people are like, that's abusive to women. Like, no, it's not a real woman, right?
Watch AI, artificial intelligence. It was made in 01. It's worth watching, Mike.
Bicentennial
Yeah, but-
Man was the one I was talking about.
Oh, God.
yeah.
Yeah, I can picture that.
See, that's a cheat what he did in that movie, though. What you're talking about.
What do you mean?
Well, because he used real humans to play the robots and just
Oh.
went, oh, yeah, this is what it's going to be like. It's like,
Yeah.
no, dude.
Well, Jude Law is a little bit robot-y looking.
Hmm.
He's kind of an interesting character.
Gotcha.
It looks like you can change it to different languages and regional accents. She'll always have a female voice, but if you want an Australian, Indian, Southern U.S.
Indian.
or blah,
Oh, I
blah,
want a fucking Indian or Australian Alexa. How do you do it, E?
I mean,
Can you show me
open the-
later?
Settings.
Open the app. Yeah, you want me to go down?
Alexa, change your voice to Australian accent.
Oh, crikey. Yeah, hell yeah. You call that a knife? That's not a knife.
Yeah, there's something here that you can do. You have to have the Alexa app, and then you can open it up and do it.
Oh, my God, dude. Before, I felt really bad for this guy. This is a guy in New Jersey, right? Small business owner, heating and cooling. Did you see this? He's
don't think
he's had to fire his son, from the family business, family plumbing business. Just a guy working in New Jersey, his kid is caught taking a whiz on a memorial for a young child that died of brain cancer.
What?
So it's like on a bench in a park, and him and his buddy,
Why, yeah. Why would you do that?
he doesn't even know. Brian Bellis, 23 years old, of Egg Harbor City, was charged with lewdness, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief for taking a whiz on a plaque embedded into a stone at a Maze Landing Park. He then blamed booze.
So he filmed it and posted it, right?
His buddy did.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
perfect.
Bruce Bellis, his dad, says he's since fired his son from the Bruce Bellis Plumbing and Heating after a Snapchat video of him committing the act while wearing a company T-shirt.
Man.
Could you imagine your kid's doing something like that? He's wearing a TDC shit, and he's just like, ugh. 9-year-old kid dies of brain cancer, and here's the memorial. So it's dedicated. The memorial was dedicated to Christian Klopp, who died in 2012 at the age of 9. Daniel Flippin is accused of filming the damn thing. Of course,
Flippin'
God
flop.
damn it, Flippin' Klopp. I told you, Brian, that fucking Daniel was going to get you in trouble. You've been hanging around knuckleheads for way too long. So Flippin is accused of filming this damn thing. The child's father, Mark Klopp, jumps into the mix. He's like, I have no idea what exists in your life to make you so indifferent to how others feel, but I hope this serves as a wake-up call and you get the help you need.
Well put. Honestly, come on,
And
man.
so Brian, the whizzer, says, that was a big mistake. I was intoxicated, and I didn't know what I was doing at the time. When I came to my senses the next day, I realized I made a huge mistake. Wish I could take it all back and make things right. A little Windex and a fucking
Hey,
sponge.
that's
probably-
the least you can do.
Yeah, good faith offering, right?
I'm glad Snapchat wasn't around 15 years ago.
Seriously.
Dude, his dad, Bruce,
I'm
though.
so glad.
I feel so bad for Bruce. This guy's running a fucking Bruce, full name, family plumbing and shit, right? He says his wife just starts getting bombarded with Facebook messengers. People going, hey, I saw your fucking logo. And all these people, I'd say they spent the whole day just apologizing to strangers because of their son's shitty actions. And since then, he's been apologizing to numerous strangers all the time. And then the dad says, ultimately, it's my fault. Maybe we didn't teach him right. Bruce, you're being way too hard on yourself.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Bruce.
Bruce, he's
Got free
23.
will. Oh, he's 23.
He's 23, whizzing on a fucking memorial plaque at a park wearing your family business
You
logo.
cannot be blamed,
No.
sir.
Ultimately, it's my fault, I guess. Didn't teach him right. What? Did you teach him to whiz on people's memorial plaques, Bruce? Because if you did, then maybe you could take some blame. But he's being very, very hard on himself, isn't he? Yeah. Be a lesson, kids.
That's a tough lesson, man.
Dude,
that one goes around. Your dad's company gets blasted. That's a tough one.
Yeah, remember the guy that turned in his fucking Toyota 4Runner
Oh,
or
and
whatever.
ended up down in
ISIS
country.
They forgot to sandblast off his phone number of his business.
Yeah.
This company supporting terrorism?
He's like, look, all I know is I auctioned that thing off in Terre Haute, Indiana, or whatever.
Yeah, I got $2,000 for it
Yeah.
6 years ago,
and then
man.
somehow
I
that
don't
thing
know.
makes its way down there.
All of a sudden, there's a fucking goddamn anti-aircraft missile carrier in the back of the truck, and a bunch of towel heads just, "Ya Akbar!" 14 dudes in the back with Kalashnikovs and your family number and family business.
It's great.
That was fucking hilarious. And you can picture, too, like, this was Jay and I walking through the park at 1 in the morning. Woo! Woo! I got a fucking whiz. Oh, you go ahead, I'll fucking film it, man. It's like, this bench is as good a spot as any. Probably didn't even notice the little
Right.
9-year-old that died of brain
That's
cancer.
Look, I was
Like,
just trying to
honestly,
piss on the
fuck,
bench.
man.
I didn't
I
mean
thought
to
it'd be-
piss on a plaque.
The amount of
I
things
figured
I've-
someone would sit on it tomorrow. It'd
Yeah.
be fucking funny. Childish, immature, yeah, but whatever. Someone's going to sit in my whiz tomorrow, Jay.
That's honestly, I mean, I'm not saying it's whatever, but that's honestly what it was. I doubt that, unless the video showed him going, yeah, brain cancer, fuck that. You know, like he probably was just like a bench. I'll piss on it. Someone's going to sit on it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It'll be funny.
Turns out it's not donated by Abigail's family when she died at 99, peacefully surrounded by loved ones. It's a 9-year-old with brain cancer, an adorable little picture of him.
Little clop.
Bruce, oh Bruce, take it off your plate, man. It's not you. If I was in the area, I'd call you. If my shitter gets plugged, I'm calling Bruce. Bruce Bellis.
Hey, you have an annual physical to make sure you're healthy. What do you do each year to make sure that you remain financially fit? Our friend Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial specializes in thoughtful and objective investment guidance designed to keep your finances in shape. So call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for our buddy Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Oh, no, really quick before we get to some email. Kristen Wiig and her writing partner behind Bridesmaids have decided to stop filming.
Georgia,
Yeah, their next project. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, over that heartbeat bill.
getting behind the Jason Bateman
You
thing.
don't get to
right?
get
Yeah.
a Bridesmaids 4 or whatever?
No,
Great.
it's not. It's not that one. E. It's a new one. It sounds hilarious.
Wig's
Another one-
quality.
another
Wig
one?
is quality.
Wig is quality.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Wig and Bateman, those are no jokes.
And that's
I know,
what
but-
pisses me off most. It's like Kristen Wiig, don't go there. Jason Bateman, stop. No. Just stay where you've always been. There's always been shit on both sides. It sucks. I don't remember those two ever getting involved. So this is her writing partner Annie Mumolo. I don't know her. They'll no longer be working in the state for their new comedy. Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar.
Jesus Christ. I'm just, you know, all I'm thinking of, I know Bridesmaids was big, but all I'm thinking of is those movies that she's kind of making. If it's like Bridesmaids, just tend to be that one fat chick is in it. You know.
Oh
the one
yeah,
that
no, it's a
quote-unquote-
formula. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Empowered women. I don't need a man. You know, they're always going to win, get the upper hand.
Yeah.
So it follows the plot follows two friends who leave their Midwestern town to go for the first time to go on vacation in Vista Del Mar, Florida, and then hijinks, hilarity.
God,
hilarity
I can only
ensues.
imagine.
Oh, you don't even
Girls
know.
farting.
Oh
So
yeah,
different,
oh
right?
hell yeah, girls farting, of course. Yeah, there's gonna be. Let's see.
Getting drunk and singing an embarrassing karaoke.
I bet there's a scene at the bar. And an obnoxious guy comes up, acting all fucking guy-like, and they fucking have a one-liner that just
Zing.
zing,
Kills them.
bang, puts that motherfucker in his place.
And then the high fives amongst the girlfriends.
Hell yeah, yeah. You know that. Yeah, eating whatever they want.
Girl buddy movies. I mean,
I'm sorry.
Take it back to Romy and Michelle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just
Go back to who are the two that drove off a
Thelma
cliff?
and Louise.
Thelma and Louise.
Yeah. Speaking of cliffs, the other day, right?
See, they know how to do it.
They did.
So they, everyone acts like this is a big deal. Like George, oh my God, it's this big filming thing. Blah blah blah. They're making TV shows and movies. They get this big tax break offered by the state. It's resulted in almost $3 billion in Hollywood productions happening there, including Stranger Things on Netflix and also obviously Ozark, which Bateman has taken a knee on, at least working there. But the truth is, like we talked about the other day, it's not like the state is seeing all that money. We thought that's what it was going to be in Michigan, and it turns out, with all the tax incentives, you're just basically doing Hollywood a favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And so-
it's fun and all. It's fun to
Yeah.
see stars around town and say that was, oh, I see that street that movie was made on. But
And it's almost a sort of cultural appropriation in a way, because it costs a shitload of money to build a set in Hollywood to do this on, when you could just go film your ruined porn in Detroit.
Yeah.
You want a run-down looking city, just go to Detroit. They'll
good
give you a
point,
bunch of money.
Transformers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny. Like,
Plus, you're just Hollywood's bitch in
Right.
the end.
Oh,
You
yeah.
look back
Oh,
and
for
you're
sure.
like, okay, Hollywood just used Detroit.
Yep. But it's always under the guise, oh yeah, there's so much work for locals and blah blah blah. And there is. I know, I know people that have worked on that shit in art departments and whatnot, and they're struggling to find work because they now have to go to Atlanta.
Bunch of best boys out of work.
Yeah, or set decorators, things like that. That's local. If you've got that talent here, your local unions get involved in building sets and stuff. So it's not like there's no money, but it's not what was originally thought. Like, holy shit, we're going to be the new Hollywood. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So,
I love Ozark. But what the best example is, dude? I really, really like Bateman. I really, really like Ozark. But you know what's going to happen because he doesn't go film Ozark and they don't do it in that blah, 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 then Ozark just doesn't happen again. And guess what? There's 10 other fucking things on Netflix I'll watch.
It's true, man.
I mean, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
got 5
There's never
things that I
been
go
more
to right
content.
now.
Yeah.
it's probably ripe for jumping the shark at this point anyways.
Don't tell me where it stands because I'm
I
not
don't
through
even know.
season 2.
I don't remember.
Well, it's like some of the shit we saw in season 1, it's like these people are not fucking around and they don't miss their mark, and the rest of the season is Bateman not.
Well, don't tell me what happens.
Or you've seen they're on season 2 is already done.
I know.
You saw
Don't tell me
season 1.
Okay,
I'm not going to tell you
don't
what.
go to 2.
I'm not going to 2.
Okay.
I said season 1. The rest of the time he's able to talk his way out of shit, right? And so it's like, how long can you play that card? If you
Continually.
go to season 3 and it's still, are people after him? Is he
I
just
don't even-
in
I don't
the
remember where it
gang?
ended, to be honest
I don't
with you.
either. That's why I couldn't spoil it for you, Jay, because I have no idea where it ended. Is he even alive in it?
yeah.
Is Jason Bateman dead in this one?
Yeah. Is he dead? Just move on with the
He
show,
could be.
man.
He
What
could
is he
be.
talking about? His family got mowed down and killed at the end of at the beginning of season 2.
Just turn it into the thing.
Yeah, I don't know, but it had the feel towards. It's kind of like, was it Westworld that we were all like? Season 2 got a little.
Yeah, Westworld had got away from me a little bit.
Yeah.
I liked some of the season 2 episodes, but I just couldn't keep up with it, and I could see going back to that again.
Yeah,
Because
well,
you do have to pay attention to it pretty closely.
they just aired a promo. I think it was the
Yeah,
night
something.
the
Or-
night of the Game of Thrones finale, and it shows Jesse from Breaking Bad. What's his name? Jesse Pinkerton or whatever. What's
I don't know his name.
Bryan Cranston?
Brian Cranston, the younger kid
never
that
even
plays
seen
his.
it.
No, not Brian Cranston. The one that plays Jesse, I think. Wasn't that his name?
In the show it was. I just mean I don't know his actor.
Find out who the actor is. You'll know it. He's a younger
Aaron
kid.
Paul?
Aaron Paul, who's great in Breaking Bad. And if you saw him, you'd recognize him. And it's like this whole 2-minute thing of him, like all of a sudden ending up somewhere. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? It's like, holy shit, I haven't seen Aaron Paul in a while. And it looks badass. And all of a sudden the W from Westworld comes up. And it's like, oh shit. He's just dropped into the Westworld, whatever's going on.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that looks like a promo for 2020. Is what, like, that's a promo for like next year completely. So
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, time for a couple quick emails.
Yeah, we do have some email. If you want to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email at detroitcast.com. Tony writes in, Jay, with the new studio setup, that camera is way too close to E's head. Although I've noticed he's hiding something. He has a terrible tooth-to-gum ratio over there. Yeah, dude, I've been saying that for years. Let's see the tooth-to-gum, E. Let's show it off.
That's very butthead-like.
We all know-
By the way, did he fix your camera? Have you adjusted Jay's camera? Because Jay's like Like if the center frame is here, you're like this because it was on a 2-shot over here when there was a guest
I
in.
moved it over the other day.
No.
Oh,
I was watching yesterday.
I better be right in the center
I
of
think I
that
moved it
frame.
halfway through yesterday's show.
Did you?
Yeah.
We all know that he has shark-like eyes, says Tony.
I don't know.
Lifeless eyes, black eyes like a doll's eyes.
But have him smile real quick. It's quite a disturbing ratio. Not to mention how many times he does his finger air quotes when he talks. Most of the time it doesn't make sense or it's an unnecessary air quote. Please pull the
He does.
camera away from E's grill.
I don't think I do air quotes that
You
much.
do air quotes and you do them too fast. You'll do these. He'll do like double speed, like he was saying, and he'll air quote something that has no
It's no
business being air
context,
quote. No,
no,
it
yeah.
doesn't.
I'd go to
need
an
air quotes.
I would resort to an episode of Heroin Has a Great Publicist, the episode on criticism, like the idea of like he does too many air quotes. Whatever, man. I do what I fucking do. Watch it or don't. I don't know.
Yeah, but it involves us too. So you're making a decision for the team.
I don't even put myself on the camera that often because it's hard for me to do it to hit it and talk. So
I think you're pretty good at putting
I
the
don't
camera
like
on
him,
yourself.
his giant head, or his beady little eyes.
Let's keep it on you the rest of the show. Okay.
it's not.
And his eyes are fathomless pits, black holes that no light can penetrate or escape. Nothing lives in those eyes.
Take your glasses off, you really quick.
Oh, God. Don't.
Really quick.
This is so dumb. I hate doing this.
Oh, my.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, put them back on, dude. It's fucking.
They're
brutal.
beady. They're beady.
Yeah. Can you say philanthropist really quick?
Philanthropist.
Oh.
You practice, you son of a bitch.
Roll your R's, you son of a bitch. Come on. No,
Philanthropy?
don't ruin me.
That's
God damn it.
Yeah, I rolled my R's. Oh, you're getting better. Seriously, you're getting better.
Roll up the ridges.
Roll them up, he.
No, I'm not fucking.
Just one more time, right before Memorial Day. Come on, this is our last show before Memorial Day.
Roll. There.
That was half-hearted.
His Chewbacca's coming along though.
Come on, E.
Don't fucking. No, I'm not fucking doing that shit.
What do you mean you're not gonna do a Chewbacca?
I'm not rolling my fuck. I already did twice, and then I was like, no, do it again.
E, the
No.
people need a treat going into the
I
holiday
did it
weekend.
twice already, and I took my glasses
Come on, E.
off, and I fucking did something
Ruffles have ridges.
else. Oh,
Rodriguez.
fucking hate these fucking rolling your
Rodriguez.
Rs.
Rodriguez is a good one. Do that one because you were getting good at it a couple years ago.
Rodriguez. There
No,
you
that
go.
was good. All right, nice try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll save the rest for next week. Have a great holiday, everybody.
Piece of shit taking a knee like that, sending me off to California with that attitude, Easus.
What are you gonna
It's
do?
a hard pill to swallow.
Oh, it sure is. To Jay's point, it's a very hard pill to swallow. Have a good weekend, everybody. I guess you can catch. I'll be on with Jay Chris Newberg over the weekend. We'll drop some shows there, but it's Memorial Weekend, right?
Yeah.
It is a holiday.
Have some. I didn't even realize it was a holiday.
It is
weekend.
indeed.
Yes. Have a great Memorial Weekend, you guys. Okay. Be safe out there.
You too, man.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you guys next week.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.